Because frankly, if they had the chance, they would, with ever such great love for me, have me on the ECT table in permanent psychiatric care, visiting me morbidly and monthly out of religious duty. That's the dynamic. Oh, I'm so sorry my child is mentally ill. I'll be a part of the National Alliance for the Mentally Ill. I'll go to the support groups for us unfortunate family members who have these biologically defective children that need to take their drugs in order to have a half-assed life. Or poor baby has to be electroshocked, but we're doing the best we can for her. That's what happens. So part of this is confronting reality and recognizing who's dangerous and who's not. And that's tough to do. It's hard to recognize that the people in your family may be the most dangerous people in your life. And all the pain they feel about me leaving. I think that is genuine, but I would be leaving because they refuse to treat me as an equal person, which is their decision for their life. See, and that's a big part of healing shame, is realizing, okay, I've been carrying this toxic shame and feeling like it was mine, but it's not. It's theirs. They put it on me by treating me shamelessly, by unloading their responsibilities and blaming me. Right? It's not mine. I'm not carrying it anymore. That's a big step. As far as tolerance goes, I don't see that I can offer them more than a democratic type relationship, whereas it would be oppressive for me to accept their authority over my life. Right on. Right on. If they're open to changing and looking at themselves, then you can tell that story and confront them. But a lot of times they're not. And you have to decide that, And sometimes it is called cutting the cord. Sometimes it is called fair roads and good weather. It's called have a good life. Goodbye. It's over. I'm safe now. I deserve a good life. And I'm moving on. And then it's a matter of really grieving. It's called saying goodbye and emotionally completing that relationship. That's just the reality, as sad as it is sometimes. If you have to have that relationship, or you want to in order to take care of your elder parent or something, then it's called being very clear that that's not about getting your needs met in that situation. It's about handling them and steering clear of this area and just dealing with the things that have to be done. It can be done. It's hard to do. It involves recognizing very clearly and strongly, like Katie does here, that they are suppressive people. And whereas I believe in democratic relationships, their dynamic seems to be that they need someone to be under their thumb in order to feel okay about themselves. And that's not going to work if you want to be a free and spirited person. So it's called letting go of the idea that I can have a real, genuine, authentic relationship with them and just moving into handling them as a potential trouble kind of person. And keeping the subject on light topics and just staying clear of my life and what's real and authentic in my life. It's not really about having an authentic relationship at that point. It's about handling these elders. And then the inner work is about freeing up yourself so that you're not pulled as hard by that need to have the parent who approves and cares for you. Okay? It's good stuff. That all said, I think I find it hard to be confident about what I think because all my life my thoughts have been ridiculed. See, that's humiliation, that's ridicule, that's shame. So yeah, it's hard, but you free it up, and the first step is you recognize that, you share that with somebody who's not going to ridicule you further for it, and you free it up and invite people into your life who will remind you that you're deserving of complete respect and you're a wonderful person. I myself don't think I owe them with my experience for them having me. Yeah, that's right. That was their choice, their decision. Your responsibility is to live your life in a good way and to support other people and help create a world that is more loving and respectful. Right on. So at the end of the day, sadly and joyfully, I think running for my life is probably the way to go. I love it. Sadly and joyfully. It's like I am open to the full range of feeling. I can be really sad and hurt that I've lost the parents I wish I had, right? And I can be joyful that I have my life, right? I can't really add much more to that. Although Katie came up with one other. I just thought of another recommendation: to ask some outside person to advocate. Okay, that's good advice, yeah. If there's an openness at all, get somebody else to facilitate a conversation to find out if it's going to work or not, right? She tried, it didn't work for her, but it's true, it may work for other people. Make no assumptions, you have to think about your own situation. But your first responsibility really is to take care of yourself and free yourself up, because if you don't, you're no good to yourself and not to anyone else either. Okay? I wanted to say a couple more thoughts. There's two ideas two concepts that I think are very, very helpful in terms of dealing with people. And one is this idea of presumed intellect. You presume or assume intelligence even when you don't see it. The cerebral palsy child who can't talk, that ends up in his first sentence when he finally got a pointer and was able to tap out 8 words an hour with somebody holding up his chin. Marshall Ball, Ball, he has a book about his life. Profound intelligence that nobody even knew was there, right? Presumed intelligence. You look for and assume the intelligence, right? The other is ability awareness. I ran across a video this week. It's called I'm Tyler. You can see it on imtyler.org, I''M Tyler.org. Another cerebral palsy guy did this video, but he talks in just a moving and profound way about how you don't look at the diagnoses and the problems and the negatives. You look for the abilities and an awareness of the abilities and a way to support and facilitate those abilities. I heard the story of a woman named Gillian Lynn, famous choreographer, did the play Cats and others. But the story is that when she was 8, she was being diagnosed as problematic, right? This was 70 years ago, so the good news was that she found a doctor who said, "You're not sick. You're a dancer. You need to move." Got her in a dancing class where she was with all these other people who moved all the time and learned by moving, and she was free. And she became a world-renowned leader in dance choreography, right? She was not a ADHD child who can't sit still. She was a dancer who was born to move, right? Children are not born in order to be what parents think they need to be. You know the prophet's statement, your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life longing for itself. They come through you, but they are not from you. You can try to be like them, but don't try to make them like you. So when you're an adult child and you actually have the physical and political power to be free, do it. Go for it. And if you can't get support from your parents, then do your emotionally saying goodbye, and then just have whatever limited relationship you need to have with them because you want to. But your life and the quality and support and lovingness and power of your life is elsewhere, and you cherish and protect that above all else.